for a few minutes more. I'm supposed to be working. But I just want to say how proud I am of the Grassy to come out and demonstrate and take part in what's so important for our children and our grandchildren to come. One of the things I think is very important for all people to know, our young people to know, is why we are standing idle no more. It's the 8 pieces of legislation that is being brought forward by the Conservative government that maybe not in it one all by itself will impede treaty rights, but it's a strategic plan by the Conservatives to erode and finally get rid of the Indians in Canada. 8 pieces of legislation, if you connect the dots, is one strategic plan to get rid of our treaty rights on First Nations as we know it in Canada. And some people might say, Conservatives might say, that's an alarmist approach to interpretation. But when they're talking about changing interpretations, there's a piece of legislation that'll change the non-derogation clause that First Nations and our organizations have with either the province or the Canada. Another piece is land surrender. Another piece is financial transparency. They're coming at it as if we already don't report on our funding that we get as First Nation people. We are for transparency. A lot of communities do try to tell our community members where we sit financially, but unfortunately we're being painted as we are all corrupt. We're all sitting on dollars that really aren't there because at the end of the day, administrators are managing debt. We don't have nearly the amount of resources to get housing up in our communities, to get our infrastructure where they should be in our communities, because we just aren't as funded as most Canadians would like to think we are funded. So I just want to thank you for coming out and listen and learn. Take the time to read some of the documents that are on websites, and I don't know, more websites. Those are actually developed by academics. Those are developed by lawyers. So you will understand why we are standing here today. And I know locally we're planning some information sessions and we're going to try to webcast them. We're just a group of people with no funding, but we're doing what we can. Tomorrow we're having, in support of the Chiefs meeting tomorrow, we're having an event at Best Western Lakeside Inn from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. We're going to say prayers for our chiefs, saying prayers for our elders and our women that are down there, and we're just going to stand in solidarity. Right across the globe, there are people coming together in prayer and solidarity for this Sunday wave. Thanks for coming up. Woo! Woo!